Okay, welcome. Welcome, everyone. I will try to have you all hear me. I want to greet all of you. I am Van Hampton. I am from Dodge City. I'm chair of the board for Area Mental Health Center. And I want to make this official welcome to all of our guests, as well as make an expression of thanks to the staff and all of those at Area Mental Health who have provided this experience for us. We are here to celebrate the 50th anniversary, obviously, but I wanted to just make a couple of comments about the changes that we've experienced since 1961. And one of the primary changes is that there's been a mitigation of the social stigma of receiving mental health treatment or counseling. In 1961, that was different. Over the years, that has changed, and now it is indeed a benefit to society to have the treatment and counseling available through the Area Mental Health Center. And the Area Mental Health Center is providing ever-expanding services. And sometimes I think it's helpful to focus on the general purpose or goals without dwelling on the specifics. And I just wanted to tell you that what I've observed from my experience and from my involvement with the Area Mental Health Center is there is a general purpose to restore peace and well-being among people. And that's what the Area Mental Health Center is doing, serving people to try to restore peace, well-being to individuals and to our community. And over the 50 years that the Area Mental Health Center has existed, there's been a great increase in the number of methods as well as tools available to make those services and treatments available to the people and to make them more effective. And I just wanted to say that it has been a very effective service that's been provided. It is a joy and a pleasure to be involved with the Area Mental Health Center, and I don't know what they're putting up here behind me, but apparently it's something written about, like Jamie Warren when he calls with me, can't you get this done sooner? But I want to tell you that it's a joy to serve on the board. Our board is made up of members from all 13 counties. There's, at last count, about 27 members of the board. And it's been a great joy. The board is very supportive of the staff and the directors. And also the directors and staff are very supportive of the board. It's a very good working relationship that we have with them. And I want to acknowledge the effectiveness of our director, Greg, and his direction that he gives us, the vision that we share for the Area Mental Health Center, and the effectiveness that he has both demonstrated and generated among the other staff and the therapists at Area Mental Health Center. So again, I want to thank you all for coming, and I want to encourage you to fulfill your role in the Area Mental Health Center, as well as to encourage the others who are participating to continue finding ways to render their services more effectively. But in any event, I want to tell you it's my pleasure to be here, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry about that. Technology, whatever. I thought I plugged in and my battery went dead on my laptop. Appreciate Judge Van Hampton and his chairmanship. Tonight, as he said, we're here to celebrate, and I hope that's what we primarily do. But in that celebration, I want to take a little time just to recognize a few. There is no way to recognize and acknowledge all the people here tonight and all the people that have made Area Mental Health Center what it is. But we have moved in 50 years in some really wonderful directions. you look at what we do now as a program, as programs across 13 counties, we touch a lot of lives in very, very positive ways. And tonight, to try to acknowledge at least some of who the people are that make this happen, we're going to do a couple things a little differently here. But I'm going to ask you some questions. I want you to be prepared for question and answer time, okay? We've got about 12 or 13 gifts over here by the Christmas tree side of this table that we want to give away to whoever has the fastest hand and the most correct answer. Okay, Karen? You guys got fast hands. Get the correct answer with them. So feel free to get that hand up and we'll try to recognize you. But we're going to give away a couple gifts as we reflect on those who have made life better for those of us who experience anxiety disorders, depressive disorders, adjustment disorders, life stressors, marital problems, severe and persistent kind of mental illnesses like schizophrenic disorders and bipolar disorders. That affects probably most of us in this room, in some way. If we aren't there with our own anxiety, affective disorder, we have close friends and family who are there. We have good neighbors who are there. But a lot of people have gone into making the stigma less, so like Judge said, that we can actually receive a service that is here and available to you within Finney County, but also the 13 counties that Area Mental Health Center represents. So I'm going to first of all just try to take a stab at this and do some introductions in a different kind of way. And first of all, I just want to know if Dr. Strandmark made it here tonight. Is he here today? He kind of signed up saying he'd be here. Is Dr. B here today? I haven't seen him yet either. Okay. I just wanted to not miss those two. If they're in, I hadn't seen them. I'm going to start with staff members. If you think about what happens with Area Mental Health Center, it starts with services. It starts with those people touching the lives of those in our 13 counties who need some help. So those of you who are past employees of Area Mental Health Center, not the current staff members of Area Mental Health Center, but past employees of Area Mental Health Center, could you raise your hand to see how many of you are out here? Mr. Cago, Brian Hastings, where are you? I know you're out there. Your hand's up, okay. I knew I'd seen a few of you. People who've made a difference in the lives of consumers of mental health care and continue to do so. Okay, present employees of Area Mental Health Center. Raise your hand. How many of you are here? Hopefully a whole room full. Yes. Now, Carol, you can almost be past and present. People who are doing a wonderful job with people, touching the hearts and lives of people, making things better for people who need help. We'll move from there, and again, a great appreciation and thank you for all those who have worked with Area Mental Health Center. And I have to say, in the last 3 years, a special appreciation of staff members who have gone through some really hectic times. We have lost 65% of our state funding, and today the governor's budget came out today saying we're going to lose another, unless legislature addresses this in a different way, we're going to lose most of the rest of that 35% of state funding that's left. We're going to probably lose $680,000 this next year to state cuts based on the governor's budget presented just today. But we're going to do okay, and we have done okay over the last 3 years with significant cuts, and it's because staff members have had to bite the bullet and do more with less and continue to provide excellent services. And staff, you've just been wonderful putting up with management as we've gone through this together. So when now you're laughing. Okay. But moving from there, I want past board members of the Area Mental Health Center that have been in the past board members for us. How many of you are around? Raise your hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. It is wonderful to see you here and to have you here and reflect with us about 50 years of service. Some of you may be able to help me understand some history about what we looked like 50 years ago. I have been with Area Mental Health Center 31 years. I kind of hate to acknowledge that. My wife's only 38 years old, I think. Yeah, I've been here 31. So, but it's been a wonderful ride. I appreciate the opportunity to be an employee of Area Mental Health Center for the last 31 years. Current board members. How many current board members are here tonight? Great. A lot of great people. You can't do it without your support and your guidance. And this thing was set up a long time ago in 1961 as actually a piece of county government. County started appointing our board of directors. You all are appointed by your county commissions in 13 counties. That's what makes up our board of directors. You are a liaison. You're supposed to represent your county as well as help move mental health services forward. And I think you've done an excellent job over 50 years, and I really appreciate it. But before I get really dogged down, Carla, I'm going to keep an eye on you. But you can keep her around. All right. Carla, I got 15. Don Ford couldn't make it tonight. I do want to say thank you to Carla, who's our board rep on the committee that helped put this together tonight. Lisa Southern, Vicki Rose, Marla Lyra. Who else am I missing on that? That really worked as staff to help put this together tonight. But thank you very much for this. Community partners. I see a lot of you out here. I've got to say hi to a number of you. Community partners, Youthville I see here, other partners around. Deb's here from Mosaic. How many community partners are around that are just here supporting Area Mental Health Center? Paul with Chamber of Commerce, really appreciate you getting in. Randy from the city. Thank you. I knew I had to back up on that one. But thanks for being here. It's great to have community partners here who also have made this real over the last 50 years. Legislators, any legislators and or county commissioners, city commissioners, that role, those people have also been instrumental in 50 years making this happen. Shannon from Stanton County Commissioner has been there for a while on that commission, and appreciate your support. Counties have supported this through thick and thin. Who else am I missing now? I think about some of the people. Who's out there that I didn't catch? Jill Whippo, where are you, Jill? Yes. And enough said. We'll talk more, maybe a little later, not too much, about Bob and what he did for us. I do have this, a few slides. Like I say, I want to do this in a way that's interactive. I want to give you a chance to win a prize. Now, this is the first one. The early founders of AMHC, and I know these, I took some, scans of some pretty old photographs and all, but I want to know who can name 3 of these people. Any hands? Anybody can name 3 of these folks? Early founders, 1960, yes. Kim.
Grace Stoner.
Grace Stoner down here, who was instrumental in 1960s and ahead of that time in making things happen. Kim, 2 more.
Dr. DeLucia.
Dr. DeLucia is not on there, I don't think.
Oh.
But try again. Keep coming, keep coming.
Harry
Dwayne
Lester.
West is there. Are you guys helping?
Harry Lester.
Harry Lester is not on there.
Dwayne
I
West.
love it, Tim.
Not here.
Matt Sears. Okay. Kim, you're trying. You got the first one. Kim, come up and get one of those gifts. Here on the left, there's about 13 gifts. Kim, no, you're on. You're on. I'm going to help you out. Come on, Kim. You got it. First choice. And I am hoping, there is an OU Center gift bag over here, and I'm hoping at the end of the night, nobody's taking the center bag so that either Carla or I can have that. Where's Carla? Carla, are you out there still? Oh, here you are. You or I, we get that if it's still left over. Ken Cannon, Chair of the Finney County Commission, Mayor Harold Fancer, City Mayor, Grace Stoner, who Kim got right. Dr. Fenton was head of the County Health Department. Dwayne West, I guess you did say that. Well, I think you guys were, or maybe Carla said that. Dwayne West was the county attorney back in the early 60s, was instrumental, really helpful in making sure